What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Zeal Cigar review, and today I've got something for you guys that like them long and thin. And I'm talking about Lanceros, you weirdos. All next on the Zeal Cigar review. Personally, I'm not a long and thin Lancero guy. I prefer most of my cigars to be a little bit thicker. I do enjoy the filler leaf. I do understand the reason behind Lanceros and kind of putting the display, the wrapper leaf on display. I really do understand that. But if a cigar isn't blended specifically for this size, sometimes that wrapper leaf can be a little bit overwhelming for some people, where that filler tobacco can be a nice balance when you're smoking something like a Toro. Now, however, every once in a while at PCA, people always do something super cool or super unique or limited edition things. And this year, for you Lancero lovers, Quesada Casa Magna Cigars did a limited production 300 box run of the Lancero Experience. There's 10 different blends of Lanceros, 2 of each one, so 20 total cigars. And they range everywhere from medium to mild to full-bodied. There's quite a few, and there's, like I said, there's a double of each one of these. Now, I took one out of here already because I've been told that may or may not be the best Lancero out of the box. Now, I've been told that the second one potentially that may or may not be the best Lancero out of this box is the Quesada 50th anniversary. So if I'm feeling froggy, I might smoke 2 Lanceros today. But for now, I want to focus on one of my favorite cigars from Quesada and Casa Magna, and that's the Colorado. But not just the regular Colorado. They have the 15th anniversary Colorado Lancero in the box here. And you know there's only one way to find out what this cigar tastes like. You know what we gotta do. We gotta cut light and smoke. Now, this 15th anniversary Casa Magna Colorado is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper around Nicaraguan binders and fillers. Now, the only thing that I think is different between the 15th anniversary and the original Colorado is I think the original Colorado was a Nicaraguan Puro, and this one is an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, and then the rest being Nicaraguan. Could be wrong about that, though. Right at first light, get a little bit of like a nice, pleasant, like muskiness, not an off-putting one. A little bit of like a caramely sweetness. So far, it's pretty tasty. I typically don't really enjoy Lanceros just because of the fact of I put cigars down a lot, I'm busy, I'm doing stuff a lot, and you tend to gotta kind of stay on the Lancero and stay, nurse it and kind of make it keep going. Otherwise, they go out on you a lot, and I don't like to relight cigars very often. So that's one of the reasons I personally don't usually enjoy Lanceros. But at the moment, this one's pleasant. Now, while I'm smoking this a little bit, let me tell you what other ones are in this Casa Magna Lancero Experience box here. So we've got the one of their newest releases, the Casa Magna Maduro, which, when it comes to the Quesada family, anything that has the Casa Magna line on it is probably something that's done in cooperation with the Plasencia factory, or has some sort of Plasencia tobacco in it, normally. Now, this particular Casa Magna Maduro was blended by Manuel Quesada's daughter, from my understanding, and it is a very, very good Maduro. One of my favorites out of the lineup. Then we've got the Liga F, one of the more strong, full-bodied cigars in the Casa Magna lineup, and I would imagine this thing right here, even though it doesn't look dark, is probably one of the sleepers of the box. Probably one of the more strong cigars out of everything in here. Then we've got the regular Colorado versus the anniversary Colorado. Got the Casa Magna Connecticut, one of the few Connecticut's that I actually do enjoy. And then next in the box would have been the 15th anniversary Colorado. And then we've got the Quesada 50th anniversary. Now, I've smoked this cigar in like a Toro box pressed, and it just screams that premium, smooth, light, luxury kind of style smoke. And it's a very tasty, very, very easy smoke. I'm really curious to see what this one smokes like in the Lancero, so I may or may not give you guys a double review. And then we've got the 1974, which is an absolute pleasure to smoke. I have smoked this Lancero. It is very tasty, really good with a nice cup of coffee in the morning. Very smooth, a little bit nutty, some creaminess. I enjoy that cigar. This next one is probably one of my absolute favorites from Quesada and Casa Magna. And that's the 40th anniversary. I believe Mexican San Andreas, if I remember correctly. And this thing is just an absolute amazing cigar to smoke. Again, I've smoked it in the Toro. I have not smoked it in the Lancero. So it is going to be interesting to see what that smokes like out of this Lancero size here. Almost broke it. Break you by. Now, this next one is one of the more unique cigars, in my personal opinion, from the Casa Magna Quesada lineup. And that's the España. Now, what I love about Quesada and Casa Magna, this cigar kind of tells the story of. The Quesada family moved from Spain down to Cuba, and they were originally bakers. And why that's important to me is you're not going to go to somebody's bakery and eat their food if it's not good, it's not flavored well, it doesn't taste right. You got to be able to flavor stuff and make things taste good for people to want to eat your food. Cigars can be the same way. If it tastes good, if it's consistent, if you can do it over and over again, then obviously people are going to like your stuff. So I'm saying I trust the Quesada family because if they were bakers, they know what they're doing with their stuff, right? So this cigar, the España, is very Cuban-esque. I mean, you can smoke this thing. It's a little bit lighter than what you would get from a normal Cuban. Some Cubans have a little bit of a spice to them, a little bit more of a fullness that sneaks up on you. This does not have that. It's going to be a little bit more smooth, a little bit more airy. But if you're looking for something with some Cuban notes to it, this España definitely hits that palate. And then last but not least, is one of the more unique, one of the other unique cigars out of the Quesada lineup, and that is the Reserva Barber Pole. Now, that's a pretty interesting smoke in the Toro size. I don't know that I've ever smoked a Barber Pole Lancero. I might have to smoke this one today, too. I'm not smoking 3 for the video, but I might do 2. And from what I've been told, the 50th is the other one I should smoke. So if I do another one, it'll be the 50th. But man, I don't think I've smoked a Barber Pole Lancero. We'll get back to this one probably. Might do something on Instagram or something, but I'm intrigued by a Barber Pole Lancero. Are there other Barber Pole Lanceros out there? Drop a comment below and let me know if there's something else I need to know. But that's been the Casa Magna Quesada Lancero experience. Again, only 300 boxes were made. Most places are only available by the box. And I think it's a really interesting way to smoke through their stuff and really showcase the wrappers of the cigars that Casa Magna and Quesada have to offer. Back to this Lancero. Well, the first thing I gotta say is my first complaint is mute, because it's still lit, and I just sat there and talked through 10 different Lanceros that are in this box, and it's still lit and burning extremely well. I mean, they make very quality cigars, and I got the Oktoberfests are on the way, and I can't wait for those to come in too. Those will be really fun to do here coming up as well. But yeah, this Anniversary Colorado is very tasty so far. Little bit of pepper on the retrohale, followed by some nice, rich coffee notes, little bit woody. It's a very good cigar. Easy draw, not too tight, which is always a worry with Lanceros. Generous amount of smoke, little bit of black pepper on the retrohale and some spice, but just enough to tantalize you, right? Not enough to, like, if you retrohaled too much smoke, it would probably make your eyes water a little bit, but it's definitely not overwhelming to the palate in any way, shape, or form. Very, very easy smoke, but leaning more full. Let me cleanse the palate, a little bit graham bready, graham crackery. What's your guys' favorite palate cleanser out there? Drop a comment below. We're gonna do another video, me and Kevin here, Kevin and I, whatever, you know, however you guys want to say it. Probably sometime this week or next week on different types of water and how it may affect the palate of a cigar that you smoke. So we'll both smoke a cigar that we've smoked a numerous amount of times that we know very well. And we'll try different types of water. Everything from sparkling, mineral water, purified water, natural spring water from a spring up in Sedona. Which usually I travel to personally and fill my stuff at the spring and bring it back. But, you know, first world conveniences is apparently they bottle it and sell it at the gas station, and you can just walk your butt in there and get it instead of filling it up yourself all the way up in Sedona. But it's more about the adventure. Cleansing the palate, kind of gets rid of that woodiness, kind of brings out that sweet graham cracker kind of breadiness. Yeah, so far, very tasty cigar. I'm really enjoying this, even in the Lancero. Yeah, so far, I'm really enjoying this 15th anniversary. I would say there's a little bit of a lighter sweetness to it than probably the original Colorado, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So I'm gonna step away, go get some stuff done, smoke this down a little bit more, and I'll tell you guys a little bit more towards the second to final third. All right, so we're back here getting into the final third of this Casa Magna Colorado 15th anniversary Lancero. And you know what? It's a really, really good cigar. I haven't smoked any more of the 15th anniversaries to compare to the Lancero size, but compared to the Colorado, it stays pretty true to what I remember the cigar tasting like for the most part. It does stay pretty consistent. Once you get into the middle of the second third, it pretty much stays about the same as you continue smoking through that second third and into the final third. A little bit of graham cracker, a little bit of woody spice, some caramely sweetness. Very, very tasty cigar. I'm really enjoying it. Really good construction. I mean, Casa Magna Quesada makes quality cigars. And if you're a Lancero person, this is a really cool experience to get 10 of their Lanceros times 2 and be able to experience the blending and the leaf that they're really trying to expose. Like that Liga F, for example, that's a Lancero wrapper. So like there's not a lot of cigars out there that have a Lancero as the wrapper. So if you really want to experience what like a Lancero is on its own or more showcased, they do claim 70% of the flavors of a cigar come from the wrapper. So a Liga F Lancero, it's a really good way to try what a Lancero leaf would taste like with less filler leaf. So with that, guys, that's been the Quesada Casa Magna Lancero Experience box and a review of the Lancero 15th Anniversary Colorado by Casa Magna. And guys, I gotta get out of here, get some stuff done. With that, guys, I'm out of here like last year. Peace.